The markets were up, Jerome Powell spoke, the markets went down. What in the world did he say? What can we expect looking forward from here, especially in the markets? I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education, and a can opener that doesn't work. Is that a can't opener? I thought the markets would open red today. The pre-market was like, nah, silly doctor. It's green. So I was wrong about that one. The volatility that I expected with Jerome Powell speaking, we did get that. I'm going to talk about what he said, what I think the impact to the market is, and why the Fed is choosing the path that they are in this video. I will also be telling you about Mumu and how you get your 16 free stocks, and about the Patreon. That link is down in the description. And I made an options play today with some of that volatility in the market that paid off very handsomely for me, and it took just over an hour's worth of time. So I'll tell you about that also in this video. I'll put it towards the end of it though. So let's get to the Jerome Powell stuff. Basically, he came out and was so vanilla about inflation when he spoke, about rate hiking when he spoke. There was nothing really of all that interest or newness to it. Now, I think that there's a big reason for that. And so that big reason, I'm going to get right to it. That big reason I really think comes down to banking issues. I think the Fed knows that inflation is on its way out, but they really risk further tightening with their federal funds rate because it puts the banks even more underwater. And well, that could really cause some collapse that we really don't want to see. So I think that they know that they're walking a knife's edge right now. As far as the banks goes, the smaller regional banks, I should say, I think they have a lot of concern there, especially with commercial real estate as well. And that would only put them further underwater with their unrealized losses that they have on their books right now. So that is the number one concern. And then I think also credit tightening. I think that that is something that we still haven't seen the full extent of credit tightening either. And that would be part of the subtext of what he said without even really saying it. So he said that we are seeing the effects in the economy. We are seeing the effects of the tightening. And it sounds like, you know, he agrees with the path that we're on and trying to accelerate that in any sort of way, I believe starts at this point in time to be even more dangerous. I think he knows just how restrictive it is, and it's more restrictive than what he's letting on. So as far as rate hikes go, do I see another one happening? I still have not changed my mind. I do not see another rate hike coming for us. And I was just talking about this over in the Discord today, that I do not also believe that higher for longer is going to hold out as long as they think it will. I think even the bond market is still a little bit too far out as far as its dates go. Now, I am on the early side of that curve, that December or January, that we see enough reason to relent a little bit on the federal funds rate and we start pulling back from the high rates that we're currently at right now. So let me bring up the CME Fed Watch tool and see what the impacts were on that. I'll even refresh it so that way we have the most up-to-date chart that we're looking at. It does change all the time. So on the CME Fed Watch tool, 80% chance that we don't get a rate hike in September, 20%-ish chance that we do end up seeing that rate hike. I don't think that we get one. I think some of that doubt, some of that hesitation is with PCE, which comes out on Thursday. So that's August 31st. So it's not Friday this time because that pushes it into September. So it's bumped forward to Thursday, August 31st when we see that. And so for core PCE, that came in at 0.2% for month over month. And when we look at the core values on a year over year basis, that's down here. This on Trading Economics, by the way, as you're looking at it, that was at 4.1% for the last month. And it's probably going to come in, they're looking at between 4 and 4.2%. So watching it persist is not going to be great for us. Watching it increase is not going to be great for us. And I think that we really want to focus on the month over month values that we get. And I think it's very much worth projecting out also what we get for PCE as we get nearer to that date. So that'll tell us more about those market impacts. And I also think that is something to do with the charts when we look at them. So here's QQQ on Mumu, and you can see the head and shoulders pattern here that I've been talking about if you've watched my previous videos. If not, I said that we have a neckline that goes from about 354 to 357 and breaking down through that neckline. So down below 354 is where we could really start to see that confirmation of the head and shoulders pattern. And we actually have a decent amount of room to fall from there. So down to about 345 might be our first stop, and then about 338 down to 330 might be those further stops that we would get. And that, I mean, think about how painful it was to go from where we were at back in the middle of July and all the way up until the middle of August. That did not feel too nice. And then we had a little bit of relief from there, and then we started selling off again. And once again, didn't feel good. So whether the market moves up or down, either way, we can find strategies to capitalize. Recently, Mumu has added more option strategies to their platform. Here's a list of the graphs of the different option strategies that you can take advantage of using their app. And then this is the user interface, and they even show an analysis for your profit and loss as well on those options strategies that you would employ. And then they also give a user interface picture of what that trading process looks like. And using my link down in the description, you can get up to 16 free stocks and access to all those options trading strategies as well. And those 16 free stocks, all you got to do is make your deposit of $100 or more to get them. 5 free stocks, 15 free stocks for $1,000 or more for your deposit, $50 cash reward at each tier. The link for the Patreon down in the description. By clicking that and signing up, you get access to my Patreon exclusive content, which includes my buys and sells, including the options positions that I take and the different trades that I'm making, the stocks that I'm interested in, the watch list of stocks that you can also take a look at that I think have some serious potential moving forward from here. Also, I'm putting up a library of options courses where you can learn about trading options and the different strategies involved to really learn how to profit and amplify the alpha that you receive in your portfolio. So check out that link for the Patreon down in the description. So let me summarize this thing. Jerome Powell, very vanilla. I don't think the Fed has more room to raise rates. I think it put too much stress, not only on the economy, but on the banking system. I don't think that they can take any more than they're currently undergoing. And I think that we do pull back on those rates sooner than later. I don't think that it's priced into the markets yet. First, I think that there's going to be a little bit more pain. I think throughout the rest of August and throughout September, that the media, along with hedge funds and institutions, will find reasons that they have locked in their gains for Q3 and they start rotating into their positions, setting up early for Q4 so that way they can capitalize there. And I think the market's sort of being in the middle right now isn't the best for those gains. So that means that we could find a relative bottom sometime soon over the next month if it goes the way that I expect it to go. And I think that we're going to have some incredible deals coming along. I got cash on the side ready to go. And I'm also ready for whether the market should go up or down. And I'm also ready to talk about how to profit from either one of them. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you want access to those free stocks and to the Patreon, those links are down in the description. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning, and we'll see you in the next video.